Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Thanks for joining me again today. A little bit different today. I've had Kokorosa Studio approach me about their dies and their papers. They have stamps and embossing folders and other bits and pieces as well about doing something with their dies. Now, for those of you that know me or have been following me, you'll know that I've been in the paper craft industry for about 20 years, a bit over. So I've got lots of dies. I've stamps, dies, etc., etc., etc. So I've always used them. They've gone with me throughout the years. When I started, the dies were done with the big old-fashioned Sizzix dinosaur, which you pulled down the lever on. So I was very interested. I hadn't used their dies before, and I wanted to check them out. Now, first things first, when the dies arrived, I cut through them all. I went and tried every one of them, and I've got to say, 10 out of 10 for cutting. These dies were brilliant. They all only needed one pass through my big shot machine. One pass. Now, my machine, my base plate, is almost at the end of its life, and they still only needed one pass. So, sorry, just set that back there. So, 10 out of 10 for cutting. These dies are amazing, and I'm not just saying that because they've approached me. I knew when I received them, I wanted to actually give them a good going through, because I'm not putting my name to anything unless I really like it. Simple as that. But I've been very impressed, as I said before. So I'm going to walk you through, because let's face it, we have dies, or if you've been in the industry for a while and you've done stamps maybe, you've done a bit of scrapbooking, you're into journaling, most of us will have a die cutting machine or dies. We may even now be in the electronic machines. I still like my dies. I don't have an electronic machine anymore. But we need to look at our dies to see if we can get them into our journaling these days. And that's what I've done with this die. I'm going to be using 2 dies. I've got about 8. I purchased about 8 different dies so that I could try a range of different ones. And I'll do a series and we'll go through all of them. But we're playing with just 2 dies today. We are playing with, bear with me, I'll just shuffle that over and I'll pull this one out so that you can see this. Right, we are using the foldable wave background border, which is this one, which is technically a card. So it's a card. Use it in your journals as well. You've still got it as a card, but it looks brilliant in your journals. And I'm using the little lace arch label, which are tags. You know I love my tags, and I quite often use dies as for my tags anyway. Now, Kokorosa have allowed me to tell you guys you can all get 25% off their products when you come through from me using this link. I will have it all in the description box later on, including the links to this die, and the paper pack that I got off them that I'm using today as well. So the coupon code for 25% off is L25483. I'll put it in the description box down below anyway. You know, when you're looking at your screen and you've got the little V bit down there. So as I said, we're going to use this. We're going to use these. 2 completely different ways. So here it is. I'll just undo this. This is what this is. So if you see, here it is here. What you get, your background, which is this one. It's got all your score lines in it. You can't go wrong. And then you get all your little cutout pieces for it as well. I love this die. I really love this die. I didn't know how much I'd use it, but I wanted to see if I could get it with a card. I've had a ball with it. So here it is just in, and I've just used normal digitals that I had. I think they're from Artsology. Don't quote me though. And then I found a lighter one so that I could have a journaling spot. But I wanted to close it. So what I've done is I've covered these pieces. Then I've punched out a circle, just a small circle, popped a brad through it, through here. And then I have also covered the back. Now you can see with this one, it's got the little holes here. Don't worry about that. That was because when it first turned up, I was so keen to use it, I hadn't trimmed off my little sharp bits. And I just punched it all out, pulled it all out, and ran it through my Big Shot machine. So there's been taken off now. So don't worry about those little bits. So this will then close. I just can then do a standard figure 8 closure. If I can get him in there. And what I plan to do with this, so I'll just pull out my journal that I'm working on at the moment that I haven't had much time on lately. So let's say I've already got a pocket here. You look at that. Isn't that adorable? Now you could still put some wording or a quote or some other little ephemera or embellishments on that, but how easy is that? And it looks divine. Now, my other one, after doing that, I thought, let's go to... Oh, no. While I was doing that, I kept thinking of other ways to do it, to be honest. So here it is again. I've covered it. I haven't done anything to the back with this one. I've covered it, but when I've attached my pieces on this one, and I've turned it this way this time, I've only adhered around here, so that what I've done is I've made myself a pocket at the front, okay? But with my tags, if I take those tags out, it's still what it is. When I then lift it up, I then have another pocket in here because I've adhered it down there. So that's the one we're going to very quickly do today. And so that I've got a little journaling posse in here. So my tags, which sit down in that bit, if I can lift that up and try and get both tags in at once. And that's just crochet cotton that I've tied round and round and round and then tied a bow with. And so for this sort of one, what I'd plan to do with it, you can see that I do a bit and leave a bit and do a bit. I've got a bag in here. Hang on a moment. There. So this is just a paper bag. You look at this. Doesn't that look beautiful sitting out of there? Now, all the papers on this one is from the paper pack that I got from them as well. One of the paper packs. And that is, and let me just move that back over there. And that is this little 6x6 paper pack. And it's the retro pattern paper pack. There's 24 pieces in it, 2 of each. And it is beautiful. It is so me, this paper pack. You can see I've been having lots of fun with it. So that's what I've done my little tags out of as well. What we're going to do is very quickly make up that one. And you can see that you can use any dies and reuse them in your journal. So I'm just going to slide that one over. I'll bring them back out later on. So we've just cut out our original one. Oh, if I can lift that up. Which is this. Okay, so you can see where he's cut out of that. Okay, I have, of course, inked around it because that is me. So this is our centerpiece. We're going to fold on this score line so you can see. Can you see where they're scored? Yep, we're just going to fold on this score line. Now, when you're folding it, it's at this point, you just want to make sure that those 2 points line up. Give that a good crease. And then you'll find you've got this one, which will fold back on itself. Which will end up at the top points of those. And he will fold in like so. Give him a good crease again. And then do exactly the same on the other side. Fold him over. Because all the hard work's been done. It's already been pre-scored for you. It's cut. It's just such an easy and quick way. And then, you know, make up a couple of them. Sit back, have an afternoon. This is just craft paper or craft card. It's a very light craft card stock. There you go. That's it. Okay? That's the little card. So, but with this one, what I wanted to do was turn it round this way. So all we're going to do is adhere our little pieces on there. So I have already, as I said, to make life a little bit easier and quicker, I cut out my pieces. So I've got my tags, and these are all cut from that paper pad. And I've inked around them to make it a little bit quicker. What I want to do, though, in the ink, so I've just used my brushed corduroy, is my folds. You know me, I like those edges done as well, just so that it all looks even and uniformed. So this one. And that one, which is there. I want to do these ones as well. So I'm just going to very carefully refold him the other way. I don't want to push it too much so that it'll go back. This one I won't have to worry about because I'm actually adhering that down there. So, first things first, we'll adhere our centrepiece. So I'll move those tags, and with all, these will go in my die book later on, but I just want to sit it like this so that you could see it all. So you've got all your little pieces that will go in here. So we've got our centre one, which is this one, just going to go in there. We've got our little bits here. Now I've just cut them out of one of the script pieces, making sure that I cut them the right way round so that when they're in, don't even need the bottom one, because that's going to be covered, so you don't need that one. We'll just push that aside. I have this one, which is the bottom of this, and that one, which is up here. That's all I'm going to need, because that will fold up along there, okay? And when you lift the others up, you'll see those. This one, this one, and this one will all be adhered with just my glue stick, which I find is just nice and quick and easy. Right, that on, just my glue, just onto my gluey book. And let's face it, if I get hungry, I can sit there and look at that. Nice and easy to match up. If I can find my scraper. Oh, and I didn't purchase stamps this time. I know, that's strange for me, isn't it? But they do have stamps as well. So, and there's some beautiful ones that they've just put out. So do have a look. As I said before, I'll put the link in to their actual website, and I'll also have the links to the 3 products that I'm using today. And if you use that code, if you decide you want anything in there and you use that code, you will get 25% off. Right, sit you up there where the glue's not too yucky. So that's our centrepiece. Making sure I'm up the right way. I love this paper. This paper is just so me. Right, how easy was that? Because they've already been cut out for you. This one, I'm not using my glue stick, as I said before. We're going to use our normal wet white glue. White wet glue, whatever you want to call it. Because I want to make this one a pocket. So all I'm going to do with this one is follow around my shape. Now when I did the other one, I've just done exactly the same as I'm doing now, but adhered that down with my normal glue stick, like that side. So this one will go down here, here's now a pocket, because I've put glue on all spaces bar that top one. Just work my fingers around with that. Okay. And then I'm just going to glue that bit. How easy was that? Just get rid of that glue bit there. Blech. So again, with this one, and I'm just going to go from here on the piece that I don't have any patterned paper, and back around to this one. And because it's a cardstock and it's a little bit heavier, I'm actually, when I stick it down, I'm actually going to clip it. So we're just going up. And I'm just going to clip it down with my clips. Just while that dries. It doesn't take long, but because it's a heavier weight, I just want it to hold in there while I'm doing it. So while that's doing that, I've got my 2 little tags. Now I've literally just cut that out of, it's that sheet. So, and it's, look, it's one of my favourite sheets in here. There's not much left to it. There it is. There's the other sheet. No, there's all I've got left in that one. So let's have a look. There's another one because there's 2 of everything. Just so I can show you what sheet it was. Maybe I've used all of it. I have used quite a bit of it. And I only got these in, what's today? Saturday. I think they turned up Wednesday. So, Tuesday it was, because I thought, oh, I'll do a video on the Wednesday, but then I've had a little bit of a head cold. And then on Tuesday, I broke a tooth just to add to everything this week with head. There it is. That's that sheet. Isn't that just beautiful? So yes, so since then I've gone and actually had a tooth taken out. So no filming this week. That's that sheet. And look, I could live on that sheet alone. As you can see, there's not much left of that one. So when I went to do the tags, I've just used the 2 smaller tags from the Lace Arch label. And I've put one here. And I've popped one there so that I could pick out the bits that I wanted. Now, I also want to decorate a little bit of this. Those technically on their own look gorgeous, I think, because they've got all that detail going on them. But you could always put more on them. And again, look at the sheets that you've already got. So that shows you everything that comes in it. Let's just have a look at some of these. Oh, that's a bit noisy. That's going past the front of the house. My word, Father. Look at this. Look at these. You could just pick these words out. So in the other one, if I can find it, here we go. Down here, look, I cut this little butterfly out. I cut this little number out because you know I love my numbers. And I cut that out. How easy was that? It's just a matter of finding things. So I'll go find the original sheet that I was cutting them out of so that I don't actually have 2 sheets started. And we'll start to cut out a little bit more from that same sheet. I love these. Oh, they're just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. Here we go. Look, I've got a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So let's go to the sheets that we've actually started cutting from. There it is. Shuffle these ones a little bit away. They should be adhered because I've been talking. And now I want to pop that one down so that it makes that full little pocket. So I'm just going to lift and go along there, okay? Just to give it a little bit more sturdiness. So now we're just going to go straight down here. And down. let's put a little bit more in there. Just because I've got the glue out and I can. Then it really won't be going anywhere, will it? Put the lid back on the glue. Kind of. Fold that back down on itself. And once again, I'll use my little clips in there. And in there, which will hold all that down. And that'll dry while I'm cutting these out. Let me think of what I want. I want my scissors. There we go. There we go. Let's have a look at some of these. So I'm just going to cut a little bit further out than where they are. Because let's face it, they're circles. They're not going to be perfect. So if I give them a little bit further wonkiness, and then I can ink around them, it won't show up as much. So there's that one. And this one, they're not actually circles. They are, I don't know. This one's definitely not a circle. All right. So these ones won't be long videos. There's really no need for them to be long videos. Half the work is already done for you with these dies. All right. So a little bit of ink. Oh, sorry, there's Bertha. Mind you, time goes very quick. What is it? I know, 22 minutes. I'm doing well. I'd assumed that they'd be about 30-minute videos. So, that's right. So I'm just going to cut out a pile of bits and bobs. And then I can see where I actually want to put anything. See, I really like those. I don't want to ruin my mannequin, so I'm just going to go up there. How about we straighten it? Kind of straight, isn't it? That'll do. So, there's no reason why that can't go on one of my tags. So it depends on where you want to go, I suppose. Day 1, you went to Bern. Day 2, you went to Madrid. We could tick off the days. I might do that. I might grab a... So if we tick off those days, let's say we did day 1 and day 2. How's that? We'll just stick those ones on. Little bit of glue. Now, my phone just turned itself off then. And once again, it all turned off. So I'm hoping that I can re-edit all this and work it all out. Apparently it's telling me there's not enough room. So we'll just see how we go with that. What do you, Madrid? Let's put that one in first. Like so. And Madrid up here. All right, and then we'll stick this one down. Up there like so. Now, when I just popped through, because they come with their little holes and all, I just popped crochet cotton around them. So these guys will be dry now. Whoops. So that's that. That's that. This one will go in there like that. And this one will go down there. See, and it holds it all together as well, holds it down. And then all we're looking at is popping some bits on there. So let's just cut out along here. Cut a few of these out, which are not straight. They obviously don't have to be. And I like this little one here. How hard was that? Truly, really, how hard was it? All right. That one. Just going to trim off some of those corners. Like so. I'll ink around those ones. Just that one. Like that. Glue those ones down. I want this little bit here. And that little bit down there, because I don't want to lose too many of my birdies. I like those birdies. Like that, maybe. Right. Oh, didn't put the pin in my glue, so we'll just utilise that bit that's been coming out. Down here. Am I still in shot? Yes. And this one. Right, set that there. Right, so we've got, hang on a moment, let's get the original one. We've got this one. We've got this one. We've got that one. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. And all from this. So that is that one. So I've started to move all my bits and bobs now, haven't I? We've got that, and we've got that. Is that all in shot? Once again, you'll find all the links to these ones in the description box, including the code, 25% off. Use coupon code L25483. I hope you've enjoyed these. We've got a couple of other ones to come along, you know, like little envelopes. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? So I will hopefully get some more done up on Wednesday. I think I've got 1, 2, look, aren't they just beautiful? So they will be in other videos. Hope you've all enjoyed this. As I said, a little bit different today. Let's start to mix it up a bit. Thank you, guys. Till next time, happy crafting.